St. John's River, we look inside Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. On the visiting sideline, there's head coach Shane Steichen. His team ready to get back at it following their early season bye. Then on the other side, you've got the Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen. His guys come in off what he described as a strong week of practice, looking to put one in the win column in front of these home fans. Settle in. We think we've got a good one. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen with you. Off we go through the rain here in Jacksonville. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're going to be let out by the man from the University of Oregon, their rookie quarterback.
You think back to the weeks leading up to the bye, Mike, and this team really was struggling. They were having a hard time finding success. They had lost multiple games in a row. So the ability to just take a step back, do a little self-scout, do a little self-accountability check, and just get a break. Get away, regroup. They said they had a great week of practice. It kind of rejuvenated the locker room. And we're going to find out here shortly whether it worked.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. They'll go with the sneak. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Taylor. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 48-yard line.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it. And it brings up 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Short throw brought in by Schoonmaker. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells you, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
Last week's performance, Mike, probably when you go back and look at it, the thing that stands out the most is just a little bit too inconsistent for their liking. He found a way to ultimately lead his team to a victory, and that's the biggest thing. With that said, he has to do a better job of keeping the ball from getting into the wrong hands. He got too careless at times, and they made him pay for it. If he does that here today, he might not get so lucky.
Right back to him on 1st down. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 12 more yards from him there, and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So, a couple of 1st downs will give them 1st and 10. They're at the 41. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pick up of 14 and a 1st down. They'll stick with him again. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. From the 43, here's 2nd and 8. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
They'll send the tight end in motion right. Trying to pick this one up on the ground.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
On 4th down, the Jaguars send out the veteran Logan Cook to punt, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. And as we take a look at league leaders in receiving touchdowns by the running backs, he's right up there among the best in the league. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. Liam Cohen there, the head coach of the Jaguars. His guys set to take over once more. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
At the 47-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
They put Strange in motion. He'll drop to throw. There's a short one. He's got Strange. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
That's a gain of 5.
They'll try to sneak it here. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
1st and 10. On the toss, they'll run. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage as best. Might have even lost a yard there.
I can tell you firsthand, as an offensive guy, we never loved playing in the rain. I always felt like the defense had the advantage. They know it wasn't going to be much of a passing attack. Hard to handle the ball, a lot of turnovers. So they've got to have a lot of early focus offensively and try to get something on track.
He takes off. And they'll take this down inside the 25. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down.
2-yard line.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard
A
line.
handoff as they try to run it here. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL. Now, this is something that we typically see out of maybe a more veteran quarterback, not necessarily a rookie, but just having a really nice sense of game management, throw the ball away, and live for the next down.
He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Jaguars are out to an early 3-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes White. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. There's Shane Steichen, the Colts head coach. His guys head out for their next possession. So far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. A quick throw on this RPO, and Downs has it. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Colts.
On the give, it's Giddens. Putting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3. From the 42-yard line. Here's second down and 7.
Second and 7 at the 42-yard line.
So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Jaguars on top. We'll have more from Jacksonville after this. The Colts with the football to start this second quarter. Second down, they need 7. As we are ready to get back underway. On second down, a run with Giddens. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it third and 2.
We're trying to pick this one up with Martinez. He'll wind up getting this all the way down to the Jags' 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 33. And the Colts first down. First and 10 at the 20.
To the air now on first and 10. That's to the right side and incomplete. They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Brings up second and 10.
Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Pass is caught left side. That's Parkinson. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's third.
He'll throw here on third and short yardage. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up first and goal.
It's a gain of 8. That's another Colts first down. First and goal, Indianapolis.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's first and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
From the 1, second and goal.
Second and goal.
Giddens goes over the top and into the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Good. Makes the score Colts 7, Jaguars 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. He's been a machine in the red zone here first couple of months of the season. In fact, leading the NFL in rushing touchdowns. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Number 15. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Up the middle they go.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
It's third and 1.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Mark him up at the 39-yard line. Here's first and 10. He's going to keep this again. And they finally bring him down, but he gets it to the red zone. Brings it inside the 20.
That's another Jaguars first down.
One of the tight ends in motion right.
19-yard line.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
1-yard gain.
Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. Moving to his right. Taking off. And he's in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs could be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes White. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Colts offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's caught. DJ Gidden was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. Throw it on the run. It's behind his man, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one. And now it's 4th down.
Sanchez on the punt for the Colts.
Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for and taken successfully. The Jaguars offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
And I think at this point here, 2nd quarter of this game, I think now is where we can start seeing each team open up their offense a little bit more. Early on, everyone's kind of feeling each other out, getting a taste of what the game plans are. Here they finally take a shot downfield. Nice job by the defense, but this is going to put a little depth in that coverage and hopefully open up some other things.
And the Jaguars
out of the gun. Here's a run up the gut. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
Nick Cross on the stop. A 7-yard pickup.
They put Strange in motion.
At their 48-yard line.
We'll try the right side this time. The defense stringing them out. No gain. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Now a 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
They will work this down to the 43-yard line, and that is enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Receiver in motion. Go and run. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll get the 1st down there. A pickup of about 5 yards.
Jaguars First down.
They'll run. It's man from Virginia Tech, Facial Tootin. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Zaire Franklin that time there for the tackle. Second down, zone read, and he keeps it. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
Tackle at the 25-yard line. A gain of
Here now, 3rd and 5. Throwing now from the gun. He's got his man, complete to Pearsall. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
And the Jaguars first down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Run to the sideline and incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And he overshot his man. Out of the end zone, that one's incomplete.
End zone. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's complete to his running back, Facial Tootin. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Cam Little for this field goal attempt. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jaguars going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Colts offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll get about 3 as he's forced out of bounds. 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
He's going to keep this, looking to do it on his own.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
A short pass taken in by Warren. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. It comes with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Rigoberto Sanchez now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Jaguars offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. This one caught left side, that screen. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. Their second. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the first half clock. 2nd and a yard. We're going to run it, and this is LeQuint Allen. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5. Now the Jags will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throw left side complete to Pearsall. 2nd down, they need 3.
It's a gain of 7.
He'll look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. 3rd down and 3.
On the throwaway. He was defended by Kenny Moore.
Back to throw. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And That is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Jags offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Tootin to start the drive. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
Jaguars, first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go back to Tootin. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap. Not this one. They stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. He'll get this complete to Allen. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. That one good for 29.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. And you look out there, and you have a...
And he will score! Facial Tootin. Touchdown, Jaguars. That touchdown number 1 for him on the year.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
And this time they stop him short of the goal line. Touchdown a moment ago. No 2-point conversion to add on as they come up empty. Kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. On the return, here comes White. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Colts offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. That one into the hands of Downs. From the 33, here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
I'll run with Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down as the tackle is made at about the 43-yard line.
That's good for the Colts. First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to the 45.
He is brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Taylor. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
It's now
3rd down and 9. They'll throw out of the gun. Throw over the middle, looked in by Mitchell. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? Needing the tough yards, they'll go with their fullback. And he is going to have a Colts first down by a good couple of yards. They get 3 on 4th and inches. She'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. John Hines Allen there on the tackle. From the 41, here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch. Found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line. 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Jonathan Taylor, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. The Colts about to kick this one away, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. We'll take this in back at the 16. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. That's where the offense will take over. Liam Cohen there, the head coach of the Jaguars. His guys set to take over once more. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Open right side. That strains the tight end. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And up. It's 2. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he takes it to the 35.
A 7-yard gain. And the Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They put Strange in motion. On the ground, it is Allen. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll try to set up the screen here with Allen. Yeah, and he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. So a pair of first downs moves him out to the 47 yards, and it's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Allen, and he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it here with 2. And pick up 3 or maybe 4. Team Davis Gaither there to make the stop. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, they'll do so with 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. And mark him down up beyond the 30. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick 1st down. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 30.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A gain of 4.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll take a deep shot for down. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down. A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
This drive begins with a run by Chip, and he will slosh his way forward On the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
1 yard gain. Brings up second and
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
incomplete. McCross there defensively.
On third down, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got it. The Michigan man, Quinny Hay. He gets there for the sack, setting up fourth down.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Fair catch will be taken here. It is right at the 40-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Now, this looks like a design run. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
First down. It's a gain of 17 yards.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a designed run. And he'll take this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Now a toss, running left. It's Taylor. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant. And once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
That one broken up and is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up fourth down.
On the punt for the Colts.
And this will not be returnable as this kick will go out of bounds. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. They put Strange in motion. Run over center now is Cheaton. He'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards. From 29, here's second and 8. Right back to 2. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Pass caught by the tight end, Strange. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Colts offense make their way out to take over once more. He'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. He'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 32-yard line.
They'll go again here with Taylor. And this defense not fooled by the option. They stick with the running back and they get him down for no gain. Here's third and 7.
And it's third down.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man. That's down. 14 on the pickup. That's good for a Colts first down.
That's good for a Colts first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the two needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Josh Hines-Allen. He's able to force the big loss on the sack. And it sets up 3rd and long.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. The ball comes out. The Jaguars have it. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
That's the score. Jaguars 26, Colts 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here comes White. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Colts offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if we get the turnaround going here. We'll start this drive with first down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He takes off. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick. Picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And this one is caught by Pierce. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
14 yards. That's another Colts first down.
They'll look to set up the screen here. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
12 more yards. That's another Colts first down. A gain of 12.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Taylor. Hunting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3. That one complete to Pierce. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
It's a gain of 7.
They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
He's got his tight end. That's Warren. And he's going to have the first down.
Gain of 6.
An aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on 4th down. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. Trying to keep this drive moving, but it's 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
The quarterback
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That is hot. Michael Pittman. Touchdown, Colts. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Even with 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, they're going to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
The Jaguars offense ready to see what they can do. They're going to be trying to play keep away in this situation. Use as much clock as possible. Up a couple of scores as they start this drive. 1st and 10. He'll get this out wide. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Taking off, he'll try to get there. The Colts will signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll discuss what's to come. 4th down is looming.
4th down and 1.
And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on down.
The play is a turnover on down.
The Colts offense ready to get back at it. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing now from the gun. He'll get that one to Taylor. Complete. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. He gets this one complete to Pittman. And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. On the give, this is Taylor. And he'll get it back to midfield. That's it. No gain on the play.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
They'll drop to throw.
50-yard line.
He'll dump this off to Taylor. Complete. And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a 3rd down.
3rd down and 9.
Back to throw. And this one complete on the sideline. Good footwork to stay in bounds, but he is just shy of the 1st down. And that brings up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
He'll drop to throw. He'll look deep for Pittman. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, it's trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down. The Jaguars offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Well, victory well in hand. Still a little bit of time left here, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to end this one. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. 2nd and 11. Down to a knee one more time. And that should just about do it. So it's a win here for the Jaguars. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. Have a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Jaguars are the winners here at home as we say so long from Jacksonville.